Hey everybody, we're back after a couple weeks hiatus. I've been pretty busy, so we haven't had a chance to shoot any unboxings or anything. But I'm just going to do a quick rundown of all the fish we have in the store, so that should give you a pretty good idea of what we got in recently. There's some interesting things, so hopefully you enjoy. Let's get to it. Start off right here on the saltwater. You cannot see him and he won't cooperate, but that is a sailfin tang back there, along with some hermits, and there are also some sand stars in this tank, and there's a chocolate chip up there. And next tank over, we've got a couple of triggers. Of course, they're not going to cooperate. It's blue line trigger and a clown trigger. A bunch of cleaner shrimp in this tank, with some urchins, more cleaner shrimp, and a powder brown, and a couple of long-time residents in the store. In this one, we've got a pollen-eye grouper and a metallic squirrelfish, a couple of predators, another powder brown, there's a coral beauty angel. And the highlight of this tank is this guy who won't cooperate. Right in the back there is a whitetail bristletooth tang. And this tank everyone loves to look at. We got a nice, really vibrant full-of-tan lion. This guy eats frozen like it's nobody's business. And then the eel that likes to pretend that he's squished, but somehow wedges himself in here, even though he's like 2 feet long. And there's also somewhere in here, you can just barely see a hint of him there. That is a blue jaw trigger. Over in here we have green chromies, firefish, and some mysterious snails. Pop over the other row real quick. Okay, and over here we've got a embroidered angel, and then up here is a Nalco fairy wrasse. That is a flame hawkfish. He's actually already sold though. And then we've got a couple of Ocellaris clowns and a Falco hawkfish in this tank. And down in here, a flame angel. Oh, and just there hiding is a Niger trigger. Here we've got a couple of skunk clowns. And some peppermint shrimp. And over here is an onyx percula clownfish. Somewhere in that hole is a diamond goby, but I believe that guy is spoken for. And then back here is a Scots Damsel. And we've got a bunch of Springer-eye damsels in this tank. And I think there are some engineer gobies still hiding down in here, along with Falco hawkfish. And finally, if we can find him, there is an arc-eye hawkfish in this tank, but he is not cooperating, but he looks kind of like those skunk clowns from afar. There he is. And this is a pencil urchin. That is the saltwater. And on to the freshwater. And here we have some Corridorus melanotania, aka gold green cories, some green neon tetras. Back there is an ornate rainbow goby. And there are also some neon blue rasboras and some rabbit snails. Over in here we got some just assorted endlers, along with some Norman's lamp-eye keelyfish. Nice marble beta some reticulated Siamese algae eaters, some violet cories. There are a couple of Stellostictes, Erythromicrons still in here. They need more. And some blue lace guppies. We got a few left of these Rainbow Emperor Tetras. And a couple of silver tips left. Those will get restocked next week. Along with some Corydorus habrosus, aka dainty cories. Bunch of panda cories and cardinal tetras in this one, along with some ivory mystery snails. Next up, we've got Celebes rainbows and some reticulated Julii cories and clown loaches. And over here we've got some Miguelito cories in the back there, and some peppered cories, along with some rummy nose tetras. This tank is pea buffers, but I looked earlier and I think there's just one in here hiding in the back there. Oh, there are two. And then here we've got some gold white clouds. And then we've got just a couple of harlequins left. A couple of albino veil cherry barbs. And then a bunch of graceful rasboras. And here we have a Galaxy Candy placket, some watermelon tetras, some black cories down at the bottom, along with some two saddle cories. And there's also a few glow light tetras in here. Just some assorted female guppies in this tank. And these are some Corydorus adolphoi and sailfin Venezuelan cories. Assorted male guppies, neon tetras, and skunk corydors. And there are elegant cories, some lemon tetras. And that is the first row. Oh, forgot about these guys. Some purple coolies. And there are a couple of blue emperor tetras down there as well. There are also another kind of cory in here called zipper cories, or not cories, zipper coolie loaches. And you can just see some down over here. And now that's the end of the first row. Okay, next up we have an army of Pistogramma cacatoides juveniles. And there's a frog in here as well. And maybe just a few butterfly hillstream loaches left. These are Colombian gold tetras. These are juvenile Congo tetras, along with some leopard danios, some longfin leopard danios. And here we've got cherry barbs, along with crepe fin barbs, and a blue phantom pleco. Very little left in here. It looks like just a couple of Odessa barbs hanging out. See one in the reflection there. And there's also an albino rainbow shark, along with some sumo loaches hanging down at the bottom. We've got Autosynclus. And these are something we've had for a long time. These are Neolobus axelrodi, which are dwarf African tetra. And there are some glass cats hiding in here as well. Here we have the pork chop rasboras and some cherry shrimp. Neon green rasboras, along with celestial pearl danios. And this is some juvenile Bosemani rainbows, along with an African cichlid, which is escaping me currently. It'll come to me. got some Chennai Hillstring Loaches. And there's one little peacock gudgeon, some sparkling gouramis, and some spotted blue-eye rainbows. Here we have some Colombian Ramshorn snails. Back there are some honey gouramis. And this guy is a Burmese red batis. Some male powder blue gouramis. Some assorted swordtails. A bunch of shrimp and chili rasboras. This tank is being treated though, so these aren't for sale, and for at least a few more days we'll see how they heal up. And then there's also some clown keelies in here. And then almost missed a mono shrimp. And then we'll go on to the next row. Alright, so in this tank we've got a bunch of skirt tetras, some white skirts, some glow skirts, black skirts, some Buenos Aires tetras, and then those are Colombian tetras. Oh, and then also a few serpe in there. These are some young sailfin mollies. Looks like we're out of pearl gouramis. A bunch of young koi angelfish. Some big angels. And here we've got some German blue and German gold rams. Yo-yo loaches and super red bristlenose. And then this is called a dwarf green distinctidus. Got some cool little pencil fish. They're purple pencils. And then we've also got some frail gourami, along with some Adonis tetras, which are these super tiny guys hiding in the back. And also, if I can spot any, there are, here we go, oil catfish or honeycomb cats. And here we've got some serpent loaches and some marble hatchetfish. And here we've got a bunch of different bristlenose. There's some calicos and some regulars and some albinos. And it looks like two lonely glow light danios who need some friends. This is a nice beginner fish. These are called red-eye tetras. And finally in this row we have some one-line pencils, some more cockatoides juveniles, and I think there's a random checker barb in here, and they're hiding somewhere is a red Bruno pleco. That is the end of that. Alright, last up we have the cichlids along with a few other things. We've got some assorted female peacocks in here, along with Imidiochromis strigatus. And this tank, which needs some algae cleaned, has African butterfly cichlid along with a gold dwarf cichlid. And here we've got some little tiny juvenile electric blue acaras that were locally bred. Couple of yellow labs left. These are a little hybrid. And here we've got the Synodontis lucipinus, which is the dwarf petricola, along with some leilupi and some cylindricus. Those are all Tanganyikan cichlids. We've got a few female Victorian cichlids left in here, Monza, a couple other things. And here we've got flag cichlids, aka Festivum. A couple of Sphenae geophagus. And in this tank we've got a million little hunter and red point convicts, along with some little baby firemouths. We've got some Jack Dempseys. These have been highlighted before in a video. These are, they call them neon golden striped sharks. They are kind of like a loach. They're a cyprinid group, school around together, pretty cool little fish. And then we also have some Darkensia barbs, which these ones are Rohani. And finally, we've got some bigger electric fluorocars along with a loach we haven't had until recently. And these are called Peppermint Loaches. They have some nice red on their fins and yellow through the body. The dominant male, if I can find him, gets really colored up. But he is not wanting to show himself. Oh, I just saw his tail back here. Oh, there he is. Look at those red fins. Cool fish. And one row to go. Alright, we have our big African cichlid tank. This is filled with just a bunch of things we've got in from people. We've got some big dragon's bloods. Got some corneli, peacock. We've got a blue dragon's blood. A bunch of female haps in here as well. This looks like a tangerine tiger, probably a male. Looks like it's finally starting to get a little color. That guy's Protomelus spilonotus. And I think there are also, there's a little Taiwan reef. And the rest of them aren't going to cooperate. Here we've got clouded archerfish. These are a cool freshwater archer. And then we've got big-nose Congo Tetras. And then also we have one more Cetanopeca jurupari. We have some gold separums. These guys probably won't cooperate on the filming. These are a dwarf mbuna called orangeback kobu. They're a Cynotilapia afra. We have a brackish tank set up for some chonker figure 8 puffers. And that just about wraps up the store. And that's everything. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of the fish or you'd like to get them put on hold, just give us a call or shoot us a message down below. Have a good one.